Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly forecast. This is for February 28th through March 6th. You might stumble upon the video outside after the time that I mentioned. That's fine. You're going to find it whenever you were meant to find it, whenever it was time for you to hear the messages in it. Keep in mind this is a general reading for the Sagittarius collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, but take what does and leave what doesn't. Let's see what's coming up here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. I know some of you are saying, what about Venus? What about Sagittarius Venus? I do love readings separate on my channel, so there's a link in this description to the love readings. That's why I don't include Venus in the weeklies. But we're going to see what's coming up. First card here is the Emperor. This could be Aries or Scorpio energy, my darlings. If you have Aries or Scorpio placement, there can be big changes or shifts happening for you in those areas of your life or in those houses. And there could be big doors opening, big blocks being moved in those areas or in those houses if you have Aries or Scorpio placements. You could be dealing with a significant Aries or Scorpio person. This is a major arcana card, so the major arcana cards are going to come up anytime we're coming into a defining moment. We're coming into a significant new chapter in our life. So even though I'm setting the intention for a 7-day week, this is energy that's going to be around for a while. Whatever's happening this week, this is energy that's going to be around for a while. And the Emperor is about foundation, stability, security. It's authority. The Emperor answers to nobody. Emperor answers to nobody but God. There is no ruler, no human being, nothing, no authority above the Emperor. He is the highest authority of the land, of the world, right? So only thing above Emperor is the spirit world. And so some of you might be coming into your autonomy, into your power. You might be kind of revisiting your issues with authority or the patriarchy or whatever it might be. And where maybe before there may have been bitterness or resentment, you're realizing there doesn't need to be bitterness or resentment, because that illusion of authority is illusion, right? That you are sovereign in your life, and that the only one you answer to is God. So there could be a sense of reclaiming power for some of you with the Emperor. I know that Sagittarius, you guys have been going through really powerful shifts. It's been this ongoing theme in your weekly forecasts for a while. So the Emperor for a lot of you could be you coming into like this sovereign power within your own life. The Emperor can indicate for some of you that there could be messages or guidance coming in for you from a father figure that has passed away, or from your ancestors from your father's side of the family. They may be coming in and bringing you messages in your dreams if you have big decisions coming up, or if you're in a going through big changes. There could be messages coming in for you from your father figure who has passed on, or ancestors from your father's side. Emperor is also here the divine masculine energy. So some of you are stepping into that divine masculine energy. Some of you may be calling in a divine masculine energy. But this is very, very powerful energy. Very powerful energy. The next card that's coming up here for Sagittarius is the Three of Wands. Look at this. So far, we have fire. We have fire from the element of Aries. And then we have fire because this is a wand card. So Sagittarius, you're definitely in your element of fire, right? Maybe some of you are even feeling guided to work with fire. Maybe you've been guided to light candles, or have a bonfire or something, or have a fire with friends. Like maybe some of you are even feeling like you're wanting to incorporate fire, or do things with fire, or even outdoor grilling. Maybe you want your food cooked with fire. You may really be tapping into that fire energy right now. I don't know if it was you guys. It was one of the fire signs. last week where some of you were being very called to work with water, and so maybe now, like this week for some of you, you're feeling really in that fire element. Three of Wands can be launching something in terms of a business or a project. Three of Wands is like you're putting something out into the universe and you're waiting to see how it's going to transpire. You're waiting to see what the results are going to be. Now, the Three of Wands is one of the keywords for the Three of Wands is the point of no return. So you've come too far to give up now, and you're too far along in your journey to change your mind and turn around and go back. That can't happen. You have nowhere to go but forward. You have to keep moving forward. Okay? So some of you might be in a position right now in your career where you have to keep going. You have to keep moving forward. You have to aim higher for the next thing. Or in terms of self-employment, you can't just give up or quit or close things down. You got to keep going to the next level. Three of Wands could also be an awakening. Like you can't unsee what you've seen. You can't go back to sleep. You can't go back into the box, so to speak. So Three of Wands comes up and it's saying this is a time where you have to keep moving forward. That is your only option. You have to keep moving forward. The Three of Wands, traditionally, the traditional artwork is where this guy is supposed to be a merchant. It symbolizes a merchant, and he's watching the ships carry his goods off to shore, not off to shore, off to like foreign markets. And back in those days, there were no cell phones, there was no email. He can't change his mind. His goods are on those ships. They're going to market. There's no taking it back. He can't contact the captain of the ship and say, hey, I changed my mind. Please don't take my things to market. Just leave them boxed up and bring them back with you. And I want to work on them a little bit longer. No, it's done. All he can do is wait and see, did people like his goods? Did people buy his stuff? And then he can say, oh, okay, all right, people seem to really like the blue shirts I made, but they didn't seem to be too into the yellow, so maybe next time I'll make more blue shirts and I'll make less yellow. You know, like figuring out how you're going to tweak it, how you're going to do it for next time, how you're going to get even better results for next time. So Three of Wands is saying this is a learning experience for you. It will be favorable. You'll have a good result. When I say this is a learning experience, it doesn't mean it's going to be a disaster. You're going to have a good return, but you're going to figure out how to do even better with the next round. So if you've been trying to put something out there in terms of like creative projects or inventions or something in terms of business, but you're still trying to figure out, you're still trying to tweak it, Three of Wands can be letting you know that there is no better teacher, there is no better tweaker, not tweaker like how we hear tweaker, because I know depending on where you live, tweaker has a very different meaning, but you know what I'm trying to say. There's no better like adjuster, there's no better learning curve or teacher than practical experience. So the Three of Wands could be looked at the opposite of Eight of Pentacles, right? If Eight of Pentacles came up, it would be saying take your time and pay attention to the details. There's no rush here. Three of Wands says just put it out there. Put it out there and that's how you're going to learn. Put it out there and that's how you're going to do even better, right? This is time for some real world experience, some real world training. The next card that's coming up here for Sagittarius is the Ten of Pentacles. And this is stability, security, good things happening for you financially. Okay? Ten of Pentacles is sometimes coming up to tell us that we're in a time of powerful manifesting. We're calling things from our thoughts and from the element of air into the earth realm, into the here and now. So seeing our dreams, ideas, desires take shape, take form, and manifest in front of our very eyes. There's a sense of manifesting with the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is also long-term security, stability. It's like a happy home. generations coming together, celebrating special occasions, holidays, traditions. It's very stable, comfortable, happy energy. And a lot of the times I see Ten of Pentacles come up to say that you may be breaking out of generational curse or generational inheritance of poverty, or generational curse, generational inheritance of feast or famine, right? Maybe if you look back on your family, maybe there's generation after generation where it was always feast or famine. Like when money was good, it was amazing. And when money was bad, it was like really scary. Like you didn't know if you were going to have shelter that night, or you didn't know if you were going to have food that day, right? Or when money was good, it was like you had everything you could even hope or dream of. And so you may have had a childhood of extremes where, as I said, either really good or really scary. Or it may have just been poverty generation after generation. And the Ten of Pentacles tells us you're breaking out of that. You're coming into the type of stability and security that can't be taken away. Right? Some of you are working on self-employment, and your self-employment is finally hitting this level where you're making a comfortable worst case scenario income, or how can I say this? For self-employment, right, you're always going to have times where some months or some weeks you might have a lot of money coming in. It might be a killer month. And then you might have some months that are really, really bad. But if you're self-employed long enough, eventually you'll have an idea of what your worst case scenario is. And your worst case scenario will increase, right? It won't always stay as bad. Maybe in the beginning, your worst case scenario is 0. You made nothing. But then over time, your worst case scenario is you made $1,000 that month, right? That's not a bad worst case scenario, depending on your circumstances or how long you've been in business. So the Ten of Pentacles could mean for some of you in terms of self-employment, where your worst case scenario has gotten to like, I can do that. I can make that work. If my worst case scenario is $1,000 that month, I can make $1,000 work, right? Or whatever it might be. So Ten of Pentacles for some of you could mean that you're coming into stability or security to where, like, even when it's a slow month, you're good. You're not worried. You can make it work. You can live comfortably with that. In terms of working for other people or like in your career, the Ten of Pentacles could be that you're coming to like very secure, like job security, very confident in your work, very in demand, very stable work where, again, you're not worried about your finances. And then you're getting smart with your money. You're figuring out how to invest it. You're figuring out how to like make it go further for you, and how to save it and how to manage it. So there could be a case here, Sagittarius, where a lot of you are becoming more fluent financially, like financially fluent, and having more abundance coming in, and managing it more efficiently to where you're like, I'm not worried about the future, right? I'm not worried about what might come up. And Ten of Pentacles also has with it the energy of legacy, leaving behind a legacy. So some of you are going to have property and money that you can leave for a future generation, you know, or that you can leave as an inheritance when that time comes. So this is stability and security. The next card that's coming up here for Sagittarius is the Six of Swords. This could be taking a trip or taking a vacation. Six of Swords could be traveling over water. So even though there's the fire element, maybe some of you are also still feeling pulled towards water. I can't remember if it was you guys, if it was Sagittarius or another fire sign, but I did get a sense of like wanting to be near the water. So there could still be that element for you guys if that came up for you last week, of, you know, incorporating water into your work or your practice this week. But Six of Swords could be traveling or taking a trip. Six of Swords is getting away from chaos, getting away from drama, being able to hear yourself think and make good decisions, just getting away and clearing your head and figuring out what you want to do, like how you want to proceed, how you want to move forward, could also be very happy, like vacation type energy. I've said this in previous readings or previous videos. I do see Six of Swords come up a lot of the time when you might be planning a trip, and you might even think in your head, you might even think in your mind, maybe I might like to live there one day in the future, but that would be maybe a few years from now. But I'll go on this trip, I'll check it out, I'll get some information about it, and if I like it, maybe I'll start making plans to retire there or to relocate there in a couple of years. But time after time, I've seen Six of Swords come up in the way where you might be thinking about the long term, but once you get out there, bam, 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 pow, 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 things line up, things fall into place, and before you know it, you're relocating. You might go to visit a friend, and your friend might say, hey, I've got an extra room, just stay here. Look for work here, don't go back. And you might say, you know what? I think I'm going to stay here. Or you might just say, oh, I wonder what jobs are out here right now. And you might just be looking out of curiosity, but then you end up seeing something that's perfect for you. And you reach out and you get an interview while you're visiting and they hire you on the spot. I've seen those things happen, both for people that I've read for and for myself in my own life when I've pulled the Six of Swords. So there could be a spontaneous, impromptu surprise relocation for some of you, or even kind of like getting away or taking time off. I do feel a strong energy here, Sagittarius, where some of you are finally coming into a place where you can comfortably and safely take the leap into self-employment. I feel that way here, that this is being manifested by some of you right now as well. You may want to check out your moon sign, your rising sign. Sometimes that might resonate more for you than your sun sign. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you click on the link in the description of this video, calendly.com/amethystangelite, you can schedule a private reading with me on that link. Love readings for March are linked in the description. Don't forget to check out the card of the day as well. I've been posting a card of the day for everyone on the channel. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Take care, Sagittarius. Be well, my dears.